Ladies and gentlemen, this is a presentation based on the design and experiment for evaluating students to teach a subject matter by using simulation and scenario-based learning techniques. Our team consisted of 5 members and they were Ruwan, Vindhya, Manori, Vidwani and Kanchana. The roles played by each member can be summarized as follows. Ruwan was the scenario creator of the action research and the interactive video lesson creator. Vindhya was the scenario creator of action research and literary work. Vidwani was also a scenario creator and conductor of the research work at Ladies College. Manori was the aesthetics planner of the project. Kanchana was a proofreader and a presenter. We submit this presentation as partial fulfillment of requirements for the module ICT for Assessment and Future Learning Communities of the Master of Science and Information Technology in Education degree program conducted by the University of Kelaniya, Sri Lanka. Our target group was the primary section grade 5 class at Ladies College, Colombo. The activities, assessments and researches were carefully made to suit the age group of the students studying in grade 5. Students enjoyed the assessment and the e-learning tasks. Each group had 15 to 20 students. There were 3 groups. We named the groups as Group A, Group B and Group C. The results of the groups were compared to understand the most effective activity. Ultimately, our recommendation was forwarded to the headmaster of the school for approval.
Let's talk about learning outcomes. We have identified 2 learning outcomes. At the end of the lesson, students will be able to identify health issues of using computers. And the other one is they also be able to learn how to overcome these issues. Our study focused to find out the best activity out of several activities which we have used to achieve our learning outcomes. This recommendation will fulfill the expectation of the future learning communities also. Right, now we'll see the transferable skills developed. As you can see, there are all 4 activities used in our entire study. A quiz using MS Forms, which will help to develop analysis and problem solving skills. Second one is PDF reading material. As we all know, it will help to develop information management as well as knowledge and understanding skills. Reading material is usually a common activity. But our third activity is interactive video lesson, which is used as IVL from here onwards. It is an interactive online learning material which develops skills related of self-appraisal, contextual awareness by practice, deep learning, reflection on practice, etc. Fourth activity is to create a poster using postmaker.com, which is also an online activity. Since that is a group activity, it will help to develop communication skills, knowledge sharing skills, collaborations and creativity as well as innovative skills and so on. The methodology. This is the most important part of our study. As you can see, there are all 3 groups, Group A, Group B and Group C. Also you can see the quiz explained early has given for all groups as a pre-activity assessment and as a post-activity assessment. Meantime, different combination of activities has given for each groups during the delivery process. For example, Group B has reading material and IVL But Group C didn't have reading material. But they have to make a poster online rather than reading material. So our results will be different. We measured the results using the quiz. This was our methodology we have used. This slide shows how our methodology has been converted to action research process. The three gear wheels depicts three different activities mentioned in the methodology table. Again, only reading material for Group A, reading material and IVL for Group B, IVL and postmaker.com for Group C. Results taken from pre-activity assessment as A1, B1 and C1 and post-activity assessment as A2, B2 and C2 to measure the results. Then results were measured to give the recommendation of the study. The process diagram of activities taken during the lesson is also added here. Vidwani will explain the diagram and next slide from here onwards.
I'm Vidwani Dayaratnan, working as an IT teacher for grade 5 students in Ladies College. I'm going to talk our guidelines to enhance effectiveness of practices. We carefully plan our guidelines to identify the best e-learning activities of our research. Process of actions taken during the lesson. Planning. Conducted classes in MS Teams. Acting. Done pre-activity assessment by assessing Microsoft Forms quiz. We carefully planned several combined activities according to the table in methodology. To check students' progress, after doing many activities, we evaluate by students' progress by assessing same quiz. Observing pace, resource analysis, Microsoft Forms, and feedback survey from students. Reflecting pace. As a cyclical process rather than a one-time event, we can reflect our own unique approach for future learning communities. Interactive video lesson. One of our team members, Lanka, created this H5P interactive video lesson. By pasting this link to the Microsoft Teams general chat line, ask students to click and do the quiz while enjoying the video clip. Feedback of interactive video lesson. We will ask students to give their ideas and suggestions about interactive video. We used Menti.com open-ended question type to collect students' responses. Most of the students told it was a fun activity, and if they get something wrong, video gives another chance to answer. Posters made by students. Students were made posters about computer, health and safety by using postermaker.com. Finally, they have uploaded their work to the Microsoft Teams. Feedback about postermaker. We used Mentimeter.com software to collect students' responses about postermaker tool. They have mentioned it is an amazing software and fun way to create cards and posters with this COVID pandemic situation.
Challenges. Lack of technological skills of students. Technology also poses the problems of unfamiliarity. Students are struggling to adapt it. When we using the poster maker, few students struggle to open the poster maker link in the web. Some students struggle with working in the online platform. Some are unable to find the video link. Time consuming with respect to preparation in planning and scheduling tasks. Why? Because we have limited time in an online platform. Other challenges. Evaluating practical tasks, feedback and reflections. Difficult in developing the online materials. Positive outcomes. Allows a dynamic interaction between the teacher and student and among the student themselves. Resources and ideas are shared. Build skills such as interactive participation, building confidence and social skills, and time management with online interactive video and postermaker.com. Build learn individual responsibility, self-esteem, sociability, creativity and self-management with breakout room sessions. High student-student and student-teacher collaboration. Strengthen the student engagement throughout the lesson. These are the activities done by us to fulfill our requirements.
Alright, let me start with the results of the quiz. Here's the Group A results. Here's the Group B results and the C results. So when you take A1, that means the pre-activity results of each student is given here. And all the 15 students' results are here. So what we had to do is here to add up all these 15 values and divide it by 15 to take the average. Average is 42.67. So like that we have taken the average after the given the activity. So it has progressed up to 65.33. So likewise these are the B group's progress values and these are the values of C group's values and this is the progress. So we have to compare these progressions. These are the group averages. So let's see in the next slide how to compare these things, and there's a nice chart also. Okay, let me show you those things. Here we go with the results and discussions. Take Group A, 65 minus 42, 23, and 78 minus 44 for Group B, that is 34, and for Group C, 91 minus 47, that is 44. So out of these three values, you can see that 44 is the highest value. That means that we recommend the activity combination used for Group C is the best one. So I think you can remember the combination was the poster maker plus the interactive video lesson. Okay. Here we come to a very interesting chart. The blue represents the pre-assessment or pre-activity assessment, and the yellow one is for the post-activity assessment, and the red one is the difference between this, that is the progress. So before the activity we have checked how they are scoring, and then after the activity we have checked, and this is the difference. So this is the progress with our activity. So when you take all these things, you can see in all the groups have progressed. But what is important is not the progression and how much they have, to what extent they have progressed. So you can see the best one is this one, and Group C has progressed very well. So that is why we are recommending this Group C's activities. We are very happy to pronounce the recommendations and conclusions. Here you can see Group A, B, C. Group C is the best one, so we are going to recommend the Group C activities to the curriculum leader. Further, we have to talk about the other recommendations like the students' reflections, collaborative learning activities and the game-based learning. Let me explain further. So students' reflections can achieve higher learning outcomes. So it is very important for the teacher to get the reflection, and it is a very big help for the students to give the reflections to the teacher. Further, the collaborative learning, so they get together, they work in groups. So the group discussions helps to improve the effectiveness of the learning, and the students enjoy doing work with their groups. Further, the game-based learning help interactive learning. So when it is game-based, So they enjoy, they entertain themselves, they are gaming. So while involving in this gaming, interactive learning, so they develop the cognitive skills, cognitive capacities. So it is very important. So as teachers, what we have to do? As teachers, we should plan the collaborative activities properly with meeting actual learning outcomes. While doing this, we have used several references. So out of those references, these 4 references really helped us. So to pay the gratitude, we thought of putting these references. Acknowledgements. We are very much grateful to Mr. Vishwajit Paris and Professor Setunga and also Dr. Inosha Hetianachi for the guidance they have given. Finally, we would like to thank all our batchmates, our family members who supported us in many ways to accomplish this task. So thank you all very much. The Team 1 members of MSc ITE 2021 batch of the Faculty of Graduate Studies would like to thank you for watching this video. So thank you very much.